Hi everyone. I'm sorry I'm late today. Let's see who's here. I know I'm a little late. Come on in and say hi. I was at therapy and it didn't go so well. So I apologize. But I'm here. I'm not too late. I'm not too late. Come on in and say hello. See if I can get my hand to work. I'm holding it. Oh my gosh. I went to therapy and it was not fun. I was crying, so I'm sorry. Sorry for looking crappy. I was literally crying at physical therapy. It hurt. It hurt bad. And I have to heat it. Oh, God. So, hi, Amy. Hi. I'm glad you're here. I am trying to get used to working my arm. Oh my gosh, therapy was so rough. Because I didn't do surgery, it healed funky. But it's so tight. I can't make a fist. I can't do this. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, it's not fun at all. So I was crying. I still I'm struggling. The struggle is real. But I have a goal. I have to go to therapy 2 times a week for 6 weeks, which is quite often. It's insane. And then by next week, she wants me being able to make a fist and do these. Hi, Donita. So good to see you guys. And I am starting to feel better, so everything should be back to normal by next week as far as all my stuff, appointments-wise and everything. So I'm excited about that. So I've just got to hit the ground running, try to play catch up from all these injuries and illnesses and things that we've been dealing with in our household. But it is what it is. It's like stuff I had to like basically clear, I guess. 2. Nice. So that's what's going on. Aw. I know. Did you see that? Like I wasn't able to do that before therapy today. Therapy was rough. Like I started crying. Hi, Jacinth. I'm glad you're here. I got through the session okay, but I'm not gonna lie. Oh God. Oh, I did it. I picked up my own arm. See? Oh, I couldn't. I was being a crutch with everything. So if you guys didn't notice, it's healed very crooked because I didn't do the surgery. And she's actually impressed with what the hospital did, the way they aligned it. And so I have my like squeeze foam pad. I keep squeezing the hell out of it. She's like, it's not broken anymore. My bones healed quite well, she said. She was impressed with how they healed. I didn't tell her I was a healer. But I got through it. I have to do it twice a week for 6 weeks. And by next week, they want me being able to make a fist and doing this. I cannot do this. And I definitely can't make a fist. It was 3:33. So I'm working it. The way the cast was, my thumb is like kind of deformed now, the way it sits and everything. And so I have a long haul to go. I truly do wish I had my twin flame. He could like rub my arm. That would help a lot to get massages. Would really help a lot. But in the meantime, I've got my regimen. I've got my homework. I've got to be doing it 4 times a day at least, 5 to 10 reps a day each time, heating it and then icing it. And so I've got my homework for it. But I'm determined. She's like, the pain is not because it's broken anymore. And so that's good. It's just extremely, extremely stiff. I was basically at zeros starting out. So I don't have much movement either way with things. But I have to use it. She's like, you've got to use it to try to wash your hair. Oh my gosh, look at that. Like I'm making progress. See, already I'm making some progress. So I can little wave. I can wave a little, and I'm starting to. It hurts. I'm not gonna lie. I was crying. She was like, "Can you do this?" I'm like, I started crying. I'm like, I could draw. I was an artist. I drew roses. I have friends of mine with my tattoos on their body, my artwork on their body. Like, most people don't know that. And I just started bawling. And she goes, well, it may not be the same, but you'll get there again. And I'm like, okay. She's guaranteeing that the pain is not from the bones. They are healed, even if it's slightly off kilter. She's pretty sure I'm going to get at least 90% of what I used to be back. So cross your fingers. I'm going to work it hard. I sure hope so, man. I'm like, are people usually like this? She goes, you have no idea. She said it was very stiff. She was wondering why my fingers were so stiff. I'm like, I don't know. She's like, is that because your blood clot disorder? I'm like, I don't think so. That just means I don't bleed like everybody else. I clot. I can cut myself wide open and I won't bleed. That's kind of how I am. So I don't know why. She thinks they kind of tightened the cast too much and it was too high up on my hand. And so I'm going to work it hard. I'm determined. So that's why I was late. I do apologize. After that, I had to go get a heating pad because I got to heat it and then I ice it each session that I work it good. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm tough. I can do this. So I'm feeling better. I'm still not 100%, but I'm definitely feeling better. So I'm really glad you're all here. Jacinth, I did respond to your email. I don't know if you've gotten it. Yeah. I've been thinking about the workshops and things like that and how to make everything right, because I also have something else coming through. Thank you. I can do this because you guys, right? You're my motivation. I got to do it. She says if I don't do it, I'll never get my hand back. So, do I want to be handicapped? No, not really. I got to have my hand back so I can do this. But she's pretty confident by next week I should be able to do this and this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Next week? She's like, yeah. And I'll know if you're doing your homework. I'm like, okay. Okay. Yeah, I sent it earlier today. Hopefully it went through. And yeah, that sickness had threw me for a loop, but I am feeling better now. Definitely feeling better. I'm getting excited. I have something new coming in the works, you guys, and I want to make sure that it works for everybody, that everybody can do it. I'm not sure how exactly I want to do it yet, but it's all about the body and getting us into a nice physical, mental, emotional routine, spiritual routine. Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm so glad you noticed that. She says, I've already come a long way from this morning. I think so too. Because this morning I was like, I could barely do this. And now look at, woo. Like, I'm getting somewhere. I've been squeezing this, but when I put my hand all the way down, it turned purple. I'm like, oh my God, I think it's from the blood rushing to it. I'm just not used to it. Hi, Amy D. I'm so glad you guys are here. So yeah, I've got something coming. The spirit wants me to do a physical, spiritual, even like a weight loss type thing, because when we listen to our body in that way, we naturally will lose weight. But it has to do with like the ascension and balance, right? Like the course that I have. And so I'm just going to try to rethink some things and, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've been contemplating how to make it work, and how I want to do this. So I don't know. I don't know how exactly I want to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. So that's been coming up in my energetic field from Spirit. And I didn't have time to see if they wanted me to deliver a message for the collective. So I can do that really quick too. And the workshop is tomorrow. I'm so excited about it. You guys, if you have an issue affording them and you want to do like a donation based for the workshops, let me know. Okay. Because, these are about ascension. These are about ascending. These are about coming into the next levels of ourself. And not only that, when I do these ascension things, they're for the earth, you know. They are what's causing the ascension across the earth. So they are very important. And I would say they take kind of precedence over everything, you know. And so that is what it is. I was hoping somebody new would want to get in there and I could give away a free one to somebody new. But for whatever reason, nobody has commented they wanted to. So that is what that is too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just ready to take my life back. Like, I know I can't get a normal job right now. Non-behavioral, nobody wants me to do that. And Spirit keeps telling me I don't belong there anymore, that I have to step in. So the twin flame journey is also one that you have to be on your spiritual path, which is why when I had my awakening, I was redirected towards him. And so I think that's another big reason why Spirit's like, nope, you're not deviating off of anything of your spiritual path. So that's also a big deal too. So it was 11/11 when I said that. So I got a lot going on in my energetic field. Let me see what Spirit has to say. Yesterday I had this weird message from somebody else and I wasn't quite sure what it was. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and did a channeling on the twin flame. And yeah, I've got to go with what I'm seeing, right? Like I've told you guys, always listen to our own nudges rather than somebody else's. And Spirit says not to give up. So that's where I'm at. I'm not giving up. But I'm changing things within me a little bit more and just being more aligned like I was before all of this went down. And that's where I want to be. That's where I'll be excited to be. So that's my goal. A lot of meditation, a lot of bringing it forward, a lot of healing, and a lot of getting this thing to work. It super hurts. I'm like, so you're telling me none of the pain is from the bones? She's like, no, I guarantee you it's all from the stiffness. And I said, what about the fact that because I didn't do the surgery, you can see it's misaligned? 12/22. She said, that's okay. She still guarantees that I should be. She's like, I don't like to guarantee anything, but if you're doing what I tell you to do, you should have your hand back. And so I'm like, I even tried to button my pants. It didn't quite work. I mean, I've mastered doing it with my left hand. You try buttoning your pants with one hand, y'all. I've mastered doing that with my left hand. And I tried to do it with my right. It wasn't quite there yet. So I have a little bit of a haul, but I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm super excited. I can do it. So how's everybody going? How are they feeling with the ascension? You know, that kind of stuff. How's it going? Does anybody have any questions with what's going on in the world? Everything is still kind of on hold, which I don't like, but that's the way it is. Okay, Jacinth, that's fine with me. Absolutely. Just let me know what you can do, okay? And we will work it through, but I really do want you guys to do that course. Amy H., did you do the manifesting course yet? You guys, it's if you take that course and you implement what I taught you, like really do what I teach you, there should be no limit. I want the limits off and I want money flowing into you like immediately. Okay? Like immediately. I've got to be doing it too. I need to be manifesting like crazy because since the twin flame thing, my life went wham, like hello, like bad. So I don't want to lose my car. You know what I mean? So I'm got some manifesting to do too. And so I want to help everybody do that. And the ones who have taken that course, I'd really like to know how you feel about it, if you have any questions about it. And I want you implementing it like immediately every day. Remember what I teach you in there. I want you to use those and call in what you need and really make it like alive. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And if there's anybody new watching and they would love just a comment, a chance to go in the workshop for free, I want to give one of those away to somebody new also because people need to see what these are about and they need to receive as well. It's a big deal. And they are super healing and super awakening and life-changing things. So that's where I'm at with that. I really wish my twin flame would be in them rather than his higher self overstepping for him sometimes. He's supposed to be there. So my heart is just like, whoa, as far as he goes. But okay, started it, but got into, all right, get that done. Let me know how it goes, because those meditations and those courses are unlike any other. And they're super powerful. But with the meditations, if you implement what I teach you, like there's no limits. You know what I mean? Like start calling in money. There's no reason that we should be without. Money can come from nowhere. It truly can. It's happened to me before, and it needs to happen to me now. So, it does work. I remember when the pandemic first hit, like the lady that I was kind of mentoring through, who honestly, it was so frustrating, but they like couldn't find toilet paper. And I was the type of manifester where I'm like, I envisioned her having toilet paper, and she had a ton of it the next day. Just out of the blue, she had a neighbor bring her toilet paper, and then all of a sudden they found some mysterious toilet paper. It was crazy. So they can work for other people, they can work for yourself. Like, it's very real. Manifesting is very real. And I'm not talking law of attraction manifesting, you guys. I'm talking about the higher chakras being open. I'm talking about 5D manifesting. It's totally different, okay? It truly is. It's totally different. It's about instant receptivity, right? Instant creation. And in order to do that, it is about our vibration. It is about letting go and not following the law of attraction to the T. With the law of attraction, I feel like the only thing that really matters in that is not focusing on lack. Okay. All right. Got to make that work, because it's really, I do it through Zoom. So it's interesting you can't open it. Did I email that to you, or did you use the website link? Because that's why I did it through Zoom. I was hoping that it wouldn't be such a large file. Hi, JJ. I love you guys so much. It's my family. It's my family. It's my family. So Jacinth, we got to figure out how to get you that, because it's super important. I want you to have that like right away. Right away. I believe the workshop tomorrow is at 3:33. That way, hopefully everybody can also attend. Jacinth, just let me know what you want to do, and we will make it work. Because it's important, Amy says, Jacinth, try, I think she's telling you and not me, try going through Google and not Safari. Or you could even try like Firefox, because sometimes I've had to do that. But I use, I don't use Safari or anything like that. Does that make sense, Jacinth? Amy says, try going through Google and not Safari. I emailed it. Okay, that's what I thought. You guys are hurts. When I first got there, I like couldn't, I was using this hand to move my arm. I was like, wait. And she goes, do you have to do that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've been doing that. I've had a cast on it. I have a hard time. Like, it's weird. I'm mentally having to adjust. I'm struggling. I'm not going to lie. Perfect. Or just text my phone, or just donate it when you can. Yeah, just text my phone, which you plan on doing. And I'm thinking you were talking about both workshops, right? Yeah, definitely. Because I want to get you guys going on that. I want you to be able to receive, because 2022 is not only about, it's about, and it's an abundance portal. You guys, like, there are so many options to be in abundance right now. It's just about removing our mindset from one way and allowing it to be in the other. It really, truly is. So forgive me, I'm still a little. And then I think I mentioned that they gave me a missing person, Sarah McMahon, that I will be working on starting probably next week. They think, I'm not sure, I didn't look it all up, but I know she was out of Australia, and there was a mention too about like a serial killer. So I don't know if they found her body. I know nothing about her. All I know is I was like, is there another person spirit? And they're like, Sarah McMahon. And I'm like, who? So I had to look it up, and she really existed. Okay. Perfect. Descent. Sounds good. And if you guys, since I did miss the beginning of this week, if you want to reschedule your coaching sessions for this weekend, I would be down to do that. And also our team meeting, I'm good to go for this weekend too, or like Thursday night or Friday night. Whatever you guys want to do, I should be good to go for that too. Okay. Trying to get back into the flow of things. My emotions got the best of me over Christmas, and that didn't help my vibration at all. And then being exposed to what we got hit with really sucked. So it was not expected. I've done so many healings on people with COVID, and I've done so many exposures to it and never gotten it until now. And a little update on Maurice. I stopped getting responses, so I'm still hoping he's okay. But I'm not sure he's going to accept the healing aspect of it. We'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, it was a lot for me to accept when I first had my awakening for who I am and what I can do. But sweet. Okay, Amy said anytime after 5 or anytime this weekend, she is available for a team meeting. That's awesome. I also let them schedule my physical therapies around our coaching sessions, except for, I think next week I have one at 10:15, so I should be back right around 11. Okay, Monday, she says. All right, perfect. Okay. That's absolutely fine with me. Just since I can do Sunday. We can absolutely meet Sunday. Pick a time. I'm open Sunday. I don't think I have anything going on Sunday except for my physical therapy, which I do anytime that I need to do. I have to do it like 4 to 5 times a day, up to 10 times each time, 10 reps each time. So that's a lot, right? And Jacinth says she's available any evening as well. So that's awesome. Yeah. That makes me happy. Cool. With these workshops too, you guys, I'm super excited. One is with ruby rays. I've never worked with those before, like a ruby portal. And the one with the Garden of Eden is like golden portal. It's really cool. Gigi says she just can't do Saturday, but any other time. Okay. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, we can definitely just make it a go. Yeah, when's the 9th? Tomorrow's the 6th, and tomorrow is Thursday. So I think Sunday is the next workshop. So we could do it around that time frame, like in the morning. Jacinth for Sunday would be perfect for the coaching session. Morning my time, because the other workshop is Sunday. How weird. The live cut out for her for 3 minutes and then came back on. My hair's being funky. I'm sorry. Be so nice to be pretty again. Need my hand back. Weird. I don't know. I know I'm hardwired in here. I'm not on Wi-Fi for that reason. I try to make sure it's a lot of 222s this video. A lot. But I'm trying to make sure it's available. Stays not Wi-Fi. This heating pad is not very good. Oh no. May need another one. Like, it's not getting very hot. I have it on high. She was right. She was like the microwave ones with like the beads, but this one was only $10. So I was like, ooh, I can do that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you guys, it hurts. And I'm like, and it clicks. Is that normal? And she's like, yes. Amy H says she hasn't had any trouble. So Jacinta might just be the connection. Jacinta, did you ever get your package? I think you said you did. Because I know you're in Canada. So maybe that's also part of the signal issue. But sometimes it feels like my wrist is still separated. She said it healed. Has anybody else had a broken wrist like this and struggle? Donita, did you struggle like this with your wrist? Did it take forever to like heal it and get it back to normal? I'm telling you. It's insane. I could surely use some support right now. That is for sure. But it is what it is. I've been begging for that since a while now. And Spirit won't just send any guy here. Anytime I used to ask for a guy, I would have one show up. No, I'm not. Rice in a long sock. That's not a bad idea. And then I can just microwave it. That's not a bad idea. I could probably do that. I think I have some rice. I will try that. For sure. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So yeah. Anybody feeling any ascension symptoms? Okay, perfect. I'm going to try that, Gigi. Thank you. And I don't know if Jacinth cut out again. Could just be because she's so far away. Okay, see, Donita, see, I was wondering about that. Hers was in a cast for 6 to 8 weeks. And then it took a while to start using it again. And I asked that too. I'm like, it was only 5 weeks. I'm like, are you sure it's healed? She's like, I'm going to look at your x-rays. And she's like, I guarantee you the bones are healed. She goes, I don't make guarantees, but they're healed. I'm like, okay. She goes, did she tell you she had any restrictions? I'm like, no, she wants me using it. And so I don't know why they took it out so early. I only had a cast on from the temporary to that pink one for 5 weeks. And so that makes me nervous too. Oh, Amy says the rice sock works great. It can be frozen or heated. Oh, geez. Jacinth, all right. I'm sorry. That sucks. You should have had it up to 10 days after I mailed it. I'm going to find the tracking number for you. Hopefully I still have it. And see if we can't track it down. Because you should have got it like right after Christmas at the latest. So thanks, you guys. I'm going to try the rice sock for sure. I'm going to definitely try that. Like after this heating pad is working, but it's not like that great. She had one on there. It was super hot and it felt so good. And now my wrist hurts and it feels all poppy. I don't like it. I'm like traumatized, like seriously traumatized. And she's like, maybe like, do you have a problem with healing? I'm like, I've never broke a bone or anything. I've never, ever done anything like this. And she goes, no, I mean like the blood clot disorder. Is that why your fingers won't move? I'm like, I don't think so. You're the doctor. See, Donita's like, that seems a short while, but you have angels on your side. I agree with you. I'm like, I even asked her, I'm like, it's only been 5 weeks. Are you sure it's healed? And she's like, yeah. I mean, I know I did the healings on it. And then not only did I remember, like the angels did help too. And Jesus did one too. I remember that now. And so maybe it was just super fast healing. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But it's good to know that it took you a little while to get it to work again too. I'll just be a little bit. She said by next week I should be able to make a fist, and I'm nowhere near that. And I get, I could almost touch the tip of my one finger. It's so sad. I cried. I actually cried in her office. She's like, "Can you touch your fingers?" And I'm like, I started crying. Like, no, I can't. It's so jacked up at the way they had my thumb separated, because when I broke this had a chunk floating, and it was horrible. So I actually regrew bone in there. She said it looks good. So I'm going to shuffle some cards and see what they have to say for the collective, if anything, right now. Dun, 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 dun. Why do I keep getting this up? Because I have to be like Rocky and just keep fighting the battle, I guess. Climb those stairs. Run up those damn stairs. Sweat it out. Fight really hard. Work really hard. They're saying it's all about balance. Again, 222 is not just like a twin flame number. I didn't even realize it was a twin flame number until my twin flame thing hit me. I always thought it was just about balance, quite honestly. See, it's stiffening back up. I don't like it. Weird. But so it's super important to be in balance physically, mentally, spiritually, and in every which way. It's very important to gain control of our mental aspects. Fear is not real. It's an illusion. It will cause you to miss things. It will cause you to hurt people in these changing times. It's the final countdown. That's right. Totally. 31 too. Totally feeling that one. We are definitely in some changing times. But when you miss a mark, it's kind of hard to say what's coming next and when. We were on a roll, and ascension was already supposed to be. But we are ascending. And so I kind of cried earlier today, and I'm like, oh God, why is he hurting me? He's hurting me like really badly, and I don't want to not ascend. And they're like, oh, you're going to ascend. So kind of sucks. It's really hard that happened, and to say what's coming next. But I'm going to see what they have to say, other than they're really all about balance right now. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Okay, those are like the key words, the key things. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Balance those aspects of self. It's almost like separating some parts of them. Gaining control of the mental aspect is super, super important. And that's what meditation does, you guys. And the thing so here's the thing that's coming in my head right now is like masters. I know like that Sri guy who used to be Chris, and now he calls himself Sri Arkshana or whatever. He gained that title because he worked under a guru, right? Where I didn't gain my title by working under anybody. I didn't learn from a guru. Wow, I can't even say that right. Guru. I gained my title because I am who I am. And it's something I had to come into to still understand it, right? Like when they started calling me a master, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I should wear one of those things on my head and then people will understand that I'm a master. But I'm not, and I'm not from India. I'm not, I'm me, and I don't really, and I get a lot of chills as I'm saying this. I feel like this is very relevant for whatever reason. I don't have ego. I'm like down to like 1% ego. And so it's hard for me to own that title, because when you look at these other masters, like that guy, Sri Arkshana, he's got a large ego with it, and he didn't used to be called a master. It's something like he worked under somebody, he learned things, and now he calls himself a master. I was born that way. Like I came in here for this purpose, and most people have like a lot of lifetimes. I've only had very few here. That's another thing. I have not had very many lifetimes on this planet. I did go back to one in the 1800s, which I found very interesting. And they let me know that the poles had shifted in that time frame as well, 34, 44. and it drastically changed things for the Egyptian times. And so who I am is very relevant as far as that goes, and the things that I do and what they cause in the earth. And with these, we will see them over our lifetime greatly, right? But they also will continue into our kiddos' lifetimes, and so on and so forth. So the earth being what it once was, that dense energy of clearing karma, it's changing. Like, it's not going to be like that anymore. And so who I am as a master is not like those other masters you hear about and that you see on YouTube and on Facebook. I am truly a master, where I did not have to learn from anybody. So here's the thing they're showing me that they want me to talk about a little bit, that some of you have already probably heard about a little bit, is that things would happen to me, right? We're all aware of that, 35, 55 over these last few years. One of them being where I would have to learn how to heal myself in many different ways, okay? They're wanting me to talk about this for a reason. I had to research what happened to me to see if I could understand it. Because it's something I had to do for myself. I had to learn I pulled a snake out of my solar plexus. Okay, not an actual physical snake. Energetically, I was very ill. I was getting very ill. I felt very blocked, and I kept reaching out to other healers, other people, and I'm like, what's happening to me? And their message was, go within, go within. It's all within you. So like nobody could help me at all. I could not find any gurus who understood anything that I was doing, or any healers that could heal me. Not one. I literally had to figure it out on my own, and I did it. And I did it with crystals. Okay, this particular instance, I had to use crystals to do it. The one crystal that I did use, I've talked about this, is my howlite crystal skull. And I don't really need to go into what I did, but the reason I'm talking about it is because I did research on it, and the only one who kind of talked about it was another master. He claims to be a master, and he wears like one of those turban thingies on his head, and he has a very strong accent. But he didn't even fully understand it, and he said it's not a common thing. It's not something he's ever done or had happen to him. It only comes in like the highest form of enlightenment and power. Okay. So I guess maybe people are curious as to what kind of master I am. I'm not sure why this is coming out and why they want me to talk about it, but they are. I am not like any other master. I do cause people to heal just by being in my presence, which is hard for some people. It's kind of like when you go into my presence, you're forced to see your shadow side, right? Because I'm a light healer, light worker. And so it's hard finding relevance sometimes. And I think that's probably the purpose of this conversation, is it's hard finding relevance with the things that we're going to go through or that we might be experiencing. It's really hard to ask people, hey, what does this mean? Because they may not know. Okay. And so keep that in mind as far as relevance goes. I could not go to a single person and have them understand anything about me. All right. The first lady that I had my awakening with, very in front of everybody, which was very vulnerable. She was even like a little bit like taken back by it. And she is the first one who said I was part of the gods of time. And that didn't register with me for like another 2 years. But other than that, she was very closed off to me. And so even if people may see things, it's the purpose of this conversation, I truly believe, is when we are going into 5D, is truly about mastering your own energy, mastering your own abilities to understand what is happening to you, going within yourself. Oh, Gigi, your back is doing great since the healing I did on it. I'm so glad to hear. Thank you. Yay. That makes me happy. That's right. You would hurt yourself carrying laundry up the stairs. And we did the healing on the Facebook Live. I'm so glad it helped. But it's like we may not fully understand these things. And searching outside can cause things to be more clunky, can cause us to miss opportunities of healing and growth. And it's very important to master the ability within each one of you to be able to look within. Okay? I know it was a really roundabout way of talking about all that, but that's what they wanted me to talk about. So, when you use the term master, what does that mean? Does that mean that somebody else taught you, or did you teach yourself? There's two different kinds. Okay? Nobody taught me. All right? It is earned. It is earned through spiritual mastery, lifetime after lifetime, for who I am, for where, and I'm getting chills, okay? And for where I come from. It is not acquired through some guru. I said it right, in this lifetime. And so be mindful of that. Be mindful who you listen to and start mastering your own abilities to go within yourself. That is super, super important going forward in this ascension. Okay. And if you cannot, it can get very clunky. So that's the message for the collective. It's all about balance and mastery. That's what this year is about. And the year of the purge. Okay. It really is. That's not a joke. And so I just pulled 4 cards for the collective. Da-da-da-da. And this goes right along with everything I said. All right. So this is very interesting, these cards that I pulled. It is about being in your own power. Okay. Being in your own power at all times. Standing in your own strength, standing in your own power and in your own knowing. Because it is an individual path. Do you understand? And you affect your ancestors, you affect your loved ones greatly, because we all signed up to be here for this time frame. We truly did. Okay. And there is what I talked about. It's like an abundance portal. This whole year is about being able to step into abundance. Okay. So material and spiritual prosperity is at hand. Okay. But it has to do with mental capacity. That's what this card is saying. All right, your mental capacity to being able to open up to that material and spiritual prosperity, because they go hand in hand going forward. If you're not spiritually prosperous, 4222, it's going to be hard to be mentally or material prosperous. Okay, because as we go into 5D, we are no longer separate from the two. We are all spiritual beings, and we are going to come into that more and more. And that's what these workshops are that I do. That's what they cause in the earth, and they cause it at an individual level as well. And this card is interesting. Heartache and loss. That goes into the year of the purge, right? It's about letting go of things. We have to lose some things to gain some things. But this card is not on an emotional level. It is on a mental level. Okay? We mentally convince ourselves of certain things, and that's the only thing that blocks us. Okay? The most important thing right now, besides your own power, is partnerships and alliances. Okay? Coming together as one, being together all as one. And then I hear dun 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 dun. Just working hard together, which also lightens the load. Okay? And so standing in our own power, but partnerships and alliances, doing those together. Okay? Super, super important in this ascension year, especially. Let me tell you, being alone right now is not easy. And I'm not supposed to be. But I am. And it's not an easy time to be alone or to feel alone. And so hang tight into that partnerships and alliances that we have, and keep going with it. Okay. Keep those strong. And again, material and spiritual prosperity are going hand in hand into the new world. So I remember somebody even telling me, well, I know people who are very prosperous without their energy system being activated. Yeah, they were, but they won't be going forward that way. Okay. 5D is all about a balance between it all. And they're also talking about there's more ego sublimation going on. So the melting away of ego, And as we heal this timeline in the workshop tomorrow, there's going to be more activations of that across the earth too, is what they're saying. Okay, so be mindful of that. It's going to spark more of an awakening and more of an awakening going forward this whole year. So it's quite an interesting year ahead for 2022. The key, though, is balancing our mental, spiritual, and physical bodies. Okay, and so that's going to be my goal going forward to help everybody with. And I'm going to come up with a way to do it. Yeah, to where it kicks my ass into gear too a little bit, right? Because it's difficult sometimes. Like it really truly is, especially when we are in a state of, right, heartache and loss and things like that. Because even when you're healing, you still feel heartache and loss, right? Even when you're gaining, sometimes you feel that heartache and loss. It's like a mental warfare that we do with ourselves. And we convince ourselves of things that are false. I don't know why that keeps coming up, but that's a message for somebody in particular. We convince ourselves of certain things. And the more we do that, the more those things become reality when in aspect they weren't. Okay? Does this all make sense? So that's the collective message. It's very deep and it's very weird, but that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to put those away. And Gigi, I'm so glad your back is better. That makes me so happy. I forget to ask for follow-ups sometimes on healing sessions that I do. Generally speaking, because I just hear about it eventually anyways. And so I don't ask very much, but I'm sorry that I don't. I should ask more often. Thank you so much for that follow-up. I really appreciate it. So that's what's going on there. I need you guys just as much as you need me right now. I truly do. When I first had my awakening, I had a really hard time with that because it's a realization of people don't understand who I am and what I do. And it was like very guarded. I had a lot of healing to do myself, much like when I was with my twin flame when I first met him. I was very guarded. And I'm no longer guarded. I know how important it is to have each other. Okay? So I need you guys just as much as you need me. It is a partnership that goes hand in hand. Like I can't be me without you, and vice versa in a lot of ways, you know? So let's be mindful of that. Let's never think ill of ourselves, but don't ever forget to reach out for the ones that we need, you know? I'm glad it makes sense. I'm so glad it makes sense. So with that being said, I'm super excited about getting better. You can hear I'm still not 100%, but my fever is not there today. I'm so happy about that. Now I've just got to help my kiddos get through it. My oldest is now got it. He's back at home where he lives. So I'm like, gotta like help him over the phone. And again, I think I said about Maurice is that I haven't heard back again since yesterday. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm still praying for him. But you can only help people as far as you can help them, right? I offered him a healing just because I want him to be okay. And like I said, all I got was a Bible verse. So be open. I mean, you guys that have done my workshops, you know damn well that things are not what they seem to be. Things can blow your mind. Things can be totally off the charts, right? Off the wall. The more that we can accept the newness, the more that we can accept the unfamiliar, the more you can step into that abundance. Okay? So with that, anybody that goes to the workshop tomorrow, I will do messages for you in the end of the workshop as well. Okay. Cool. Cleaning now as we speak, getting rid of the germs. Yep. Germs and clutter. Because when we clean our space, like in that course, right? And just move our energy around in our home, that's also how we bring things in. Okay. So there'll be times where, like, especially now with my broken hand, that I haven't been able to clean like that. And Spirit's like, declutter, move stuff around. Even if you just move it around, you're opening up for things to come in. So good idea, really good idea, and get rid of those germs for sure. There's some weird stuff going on. They also changed the quarantine time to only 5 days, which is stupid. Having this illness now firsthand, I've been contagious more than 5 days. Like, I don't know if they're trying to spread it. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do there. But that made no sense to me at all. So I don't know why they're changing their guidelines in some ways that make no sense. Like, anybody who gets sick, 5 days is a little asinine. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of your surroundings going forward. But I'll tell you, the key is vibration. My vibration got low ever since my twin flame thing happened. I've been battling that. I've been having to battle that spiritually nonstop, which is why I wished God he would stop hurting me. But it is what it is. So keep your vibration high. That is a super important key. And it is work, you guys. It's work. I'm not going to lie. Keeping your vibration high is work. It doesn't just happen in one day, 50-55. And it's a constant thing. Oh, sweet, Gigi. She's like, I moved some of my rooms around in my home and I've been having more energy and wanting to craft. I love that. Talk about the healings you've been going through. I love that very, very much so. That's perfect. I love that. And I still want to do a art one. Donita says she's hearing more people she knows getting it. Do I believe it's from the vaxxed ones? Yes. That's where we got it from. So I've been exposed to the actual illness from other people having it many times over and never got it. Neither of my kids. This time they went to that party and they were all vaxxed. And that's where I got so sick. And I actually have that funky taste. I had horrible symptoms. And I can see how it can take people down. It really can. I've hit it hard. I've taken so many vitamin C packets. I don't listen to the box. It says one a day. Screw that. I have hit it hard. I've done 6 in a little over 24-hour period. I do absolutely believe the ones that are getting vaxxed are also spreading it. Having a medical background, I happen to know that when you get vaccines and things, not just with the live virus, the vaxes and things like that, you secrete what they put into your body. Okay. So you are highly contagious. Okay. You fluff it off of your skin. Why do you think masks don't help you? Okay. I don't have a mask all over my body and I'm shedding it through my skin cells, through sweating. All right. Common sense went out the door with this one. The medical degree people, I don't know why they're not staying in reality more with this one. Okay. So yes, having the vax, whatever they're putting into your system, you will spread it. There's no way around that. At first, they were telling people to quarantine after they got the vax. I don't know why that stopped, if it has or not. Yeah, just ignore those weird commentings. Those are they will get removed. They are not appropriate. There's a couple commenting that just are not appropriate. So just ignore those. But it makes no sense to me. Not only on a spiritual level am I aware of this, and I can see further what's going on a common sense one of the medical field. Okay, because I was getting my medical degree before I got my psychology degree. That's true. I had a 4.0 in med school. So I do know a little bit about a little bit, right? I know a little bit about anatomy. I know a little bit about vaxes. I know a little bit about pathology. I had to take pathology 4 times because I would go into a panic attack. And so I wanted to do it again just so it made sense to me. And so I've literally taken it 3 or 4 times, A's every time. But, years ago, I used to be a hypochondriac. I thought I had everything. And so learning about it, I had a hard time processing it. So I did take it a few times. So I'm well aware of what these things do in our body and what the V's do and things like that. And I was never an anti-vaxxer. I was never that. until I had my awakening. Now, I've always been kind of weary of them. Like with my kids, I would spread them out differently. I would have my doctor like work it a different way, because even I knew that it was wreaking havoc on my kids' bodies, but it was necessity for school and things like that. And so this is the first time that I've told you something is absolutely more wrong than I've ever experienced in my life, and it doesn't make sense. And having my kids go to that party where 90% of the people had just gotten that vax, and then we all got so sick, like so sick. I've never been so sick. Okay. It's all right there for you to see. It is absolutely the case. And even their grandma had said that to me. She's like, I think it's all the vaxxers. And I'm like, yep. Very in tune there, aren't you? Like, she is with it. I was surprised she even said that. She won't get it. So I'm really happy about that too. But give it time, because there's big shifts coming. And you guys can still see it again across the board. Like Betty White, she died on New Year's Eve. She couldn't even make it into the new year, right? And so there is going to be a lot more of that. There's just going to be a lot more shifting occurring. It just is what it is. That's what the ascension is. It's a very real thing. Okay. And lots of 555s and lots of 222s in this video. It's just absolutely insane. So yeah, that's what's being said. So if you guys want to go to the workshop and money's an issue, let me know what you can afford. I want more people to be there, the merrier for me. And I will always work with you. I do things like that all the time. And I was hoping to give one away to somebody new, but the only commentings that I'm getting that are new are from inappropriate comments that I will eventually erase off of there. So that sucks. It's like, that's why I tell Spirit all the time. It's like, I know more people are supposed to be there and they're not listening to the call, but what do you do if they're not open to receive? What do you do? Nothing you can do except for plant the seeds and walk away. Walk away, walk away. That's all we can do. So if anybody still wants to comment on this video after this live and tell me they want to join the workshop and they've never done one before, I will let them in. Okay, one person, I will bring them in. So that is still open. The workshop is tomorrow at 3:33 Mountain Standard Time for part 1, and part 2 is on the 9th. And then let's see, what else did I want? And anybody that does go can have messages after the workshop, if they want them. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. I love that song. So one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Good one. I like that song a lot. I truly, truly do. And then I think I will come on and do another live here in a couple days where I do some healings and some messages if you guys want some. Just so that I feel a little bit more better. I'm trying to save my energy for that workshop. And Jacinth, if you're still here, Sunday morning will work for our coaching session. Okay. And then Amy, I will just plan on seeing you Monday, and it just puts it off a little bit, but that's okay. And we're going to hit the ground running, and I'm going to make this crap fly because, it's what it is. Time to play catch up. Time to get the vibration super, super, super high. I want to feel as good as I felt back in July. I just wish I had the right guy with me then, right? But it is what it is. It really is not fun being alone right now. It's not. So cherish the ones we have when we have them. Okay. And Donita, I'm with you. If you ever want to call me up, girlfriend, call me up. Do you have my work number? I have the work phone. Use it. Okay. You guys, I don't know if I can keep doing this therapy. This is like really getting to me. I'm having a mental issue with it. I don't know what's going on. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. So be it, and so it is. That's right. That is right. So is there anything else you guys want me to talk about? Any questions you have? Again, remember, it's about a balance between mental, spiritual, physical, and emotional. Okay. The mental can wreak havoc, you guys. Mentality can wreak havoc. It is something we need to gain control of fast. Perfect, Donita, because I know you're alone a lot too, just like me. I mean, I know I've got littles and you don't, but, it's not the time to be alone. So if you ever want to just chit chat, message me on there, okay? I do better with texts. I have a really hard time answering the phone sometimes. I'm just that way. So text me. Text me on that phone. I will respond anytime. I think you have my personal phone number too, my other one too. So text me on either one. And I will be there, my friend, right? Just chit chat. And nobody should be alone at this time. All right? At all. And so if you guys know anybody who is alone, please reach out to them. Nobody should die alone. We are born kind of alone, but we're not at the same time. And nobody should surely die alone, okay? Super, super important. Not that everybody is. I'm just saying, like, nobody needs to be alone right now at all. These are changing times. Yeah. That's that. I'm a little exhausted. I'm a little tired. I think I'm going to go eat some chicken noodle soup. And I guess I got to do another therapy session for myself, which I'm really scared to do. I've been heating it this whole time. It feels so relaxed, but it's still so stiff. And I got to remind myself, if I don't do it, I'm never going to be able to use my hand again. And that's a big deal. I really wish to God I had David now. Like, I wish to God I had somebody that loved me, that was here with me and can help me with my hand and everything else for that matter. But it's a hard pill to swallow. You're so welcome, Donita. I got you. I got you. I got you. And if you want to come to the workshop, let me know. We got to make these things expand. It should have never been to where people were not hearing the call. And that's unfortunate. Not that you guys are not, but you know what I mean? It's sad that they don't. If God says do something, you do it. Like, that's where you don't hesitate, even if it doesn't go with anybody else, right? That's how God works. He works in mysterious ways. He works in subtle ways. He doesn't pick people who are like everybody else. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right? So that's that. I will probably do a card message in the morning. I think I'm going to go eat some chicken noodle soup. I'm totally stressed out. My wrist kind of hurts, and I'm like panicking a little bit about it, but I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I got to have the motivation to use my hand. See how I constantly go to where my cast kept it? She thinks I can make a fist by next week and do this. And I'm like, really? Okay. Because right now, like, all of a sudden, again, it's like stiffening up. See? I don't know if it's a mental thing or what, but it's a little fucked. I'm not gonna lie. And then when I put my hand down, the blood rushes up here and it turns purple, and that freaked me out too. I'm like, oh my God, my hand's purple. Like, I don't know. And she's like, try to wash your hair. I tried to like wash my hair in the shower. I can do this. I can do this. All right. So much love to all of you. I will catch you tomorrow at the workshop. We will run it hard. I will do some messages after the workshop for those that attend. And I will just keep going. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm still trying to get better. I'm super tired. Otherwise, I would do messages for you all now. But I can only do what I can do at this time frame. But I'm going to work. Yeah, I'm going to get better and better. And then I will come on hopefully this weekend. If not this weekend, it'll be next week. And I will do some healing and some messages then too. Okay. Hi, Roger. Oh, Roger, you've been here? Why didn't you say anything? Goof, Roger. I've missed ya. I'm glad you're back. Everybody, Roger's here. Oh, how are you doing, Roger? Are you hanging in there? You waited until the very end to comment? Like, have you been here the whole time? Oh, I just said thank you. I love you too, very much so. Amy D enjoys just listening. Well, I'm glad. It was a little weird live, but that's okay. Okay. But you've been in my heart a lot, Roger, to be honest with you, an awful lot. And so if you would like to attend this workshop, let me know, because I would like somebody new to come. So just let me know. But I'm glad you were here. And I have been with you. My thoughts have been with you every day because I know you've been going through that. And yeah, you guys, Roger lost his mom recently and he put her to rest yesterday. That was really harsh. He was really good to his mom. Let's just put it that way. Very, very good to his mom. And I will tell you, she's transitioning peacefully, and she does want you to know that she's not had any pain. Aw, thank you, Donita. Thank you. I wish I could take it slowly. You should see the regimen they have for me in therapy. I'm a little scared. Yeah. Roger, we're all sending you love and prayers, okay? We're all here with you. My heart is with you. I do keep thinking about you every single day. I do know what that's like. When I lost my dad, it was not pretty. And I had to do it alone. Like, my other family could not handle that kind of stuff at all. And so it was on me. And then, yeah, we're all with you. So I'm so glad you were here. So glad you were back. And stay back, okay? We've all had healing to do, and been doing my part in that too. And so we're here for you. So I will come on in a few days too, and we'll do some messages for everybody, and just kind of see where we're at going forward. Okay? I love you all so very much. Yeah. I just want to cry. Y'all are my family, and I am not me without you. Okay? So just keep your eyes peeled going forward. I will catch up on some meditation. We know what happened the last time I tried to do a meditation on here. They had me do the sun portal for everybody to see. And then everybody watches that and then kind of fades away. I'm like, really, Spirit? They're like, everybody has to see who you are. I'm like, okay. All right. So I did try to do a meditation, and that's what came through last time. So I will attempt again as soon as I am 100%. No lie. But you guys, I am going to work on, again, like I said, the physical, mental, spiritual aspect of balance, and kind of try to figure out how to bring that forward for everybody to benefit from. Okay. And as soon as I figure it out, I will let you know. Right now, my wrist feels like it's separated. Yes, Amy, I will see you tomorrow. You will get your links about an hour before the workshop. Okay. Until then, so much love to everybody. Let's pray for each other. Okay. So much love. I will see you soon. Hasta la vista, baby.